Prakash texted me about the label of this panel, title of this panel, and I was like, it took me back, years back into memory lane. I remember the first time I saw the governing council members of the Young Men's Christian Association, the YMCA. And I'm very sorry for the seniors sitting here, but it did take a couple of days for me to get over the shock of, who people call as young. So now I think it's pure karma that, several decades later, I am sitting here under a label, young. So anyway, this is something I've been telling all of them from the time I came here. See, the next couple of minutes that I have, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share a little bit of the stories of my past, some things from my present, and a bit of my aspirations about the future. I was born to be an entrepreneur. I know it sounds very arrogant, but if you look at the Google definition, it says very oriented, focused, goal-driven. These are the definitions you will see in Google or Wikipedia. But I have a very simple definition for who an entrepreneur is. I would say an entrepreneur is Jack, or in my case, I would say Jill, of all trades, but master of none. Only that kind of a person can become an entrepreneur. Way back when I started my career with Tata Motors, I was into sales. And the only thing you are expected to do as a salesperson is sell. You're not expected to go on the shop floor and check out the quality of the vehicles that's coming out. No, you're only expected to be a master in sales. Sell, sell, and sell. And being a Jill of all trades, I got thoroughly bored. Later, when I went on to do my own venture in real estate, which is an extension of my family business, again, being a marketing MBA, I ended up doing marketing and sales. 2008, the recession was so bad that as a family venture, we decided that the particular vertical in which I'm working, we need not increase our footprints in that vertical. So what did that do to me? I ended up with no work. But the advantage of being in a family business is, even if you don't have work, there is a job. Nobody throws you out. Unlike all these things that's happening in the IT sector, you still have your comfortable office and your chair and your lifestyle. But I got bored again. And boredom, ladies and gentlemen, is an amazing thing. It is actually the breeding ground for ideas. And I'm a huge idea person, and I keep getting these weird ideas. And I keep bombarding my sister, who's my partner, with all these weird ideas. So it reached a stage where she said, Rekha, please don't stop talking. At least if you're talking, I know what all weird things you're thinking. The minute you're silent, I'm scared. We don't know what you're thinking, right? So, but jokes apart, when you keep on coming up with ideas, sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't, people stop believing in your ideas. They say like, okay, she's thinking so much, she's doing nothing, or she's doing something, but there's nothing going on there. So that's a very, I would say, not a very happy situation. But being a serial entrepreneur, one of the beauties is that, while you are traveling this journey, you come across so many interesting people. And some of them are willing to spend their time, their money, and the energy in sharing your dream. And Soothika is a result of such a partnership with a person who believed in my story, Prakash. And it has been a very good journey so far. He's a co-founder of Soothika with me. And this moment, I have to mention another person who was there, Chetan. See, 4.5 years back when we started, Soothika started as an online produce, which is a product and a service bundled together. And it was an online product. So obviously, you need a website integrated with a payment gateway. Now, when you look at it, it's a cakewalk, having a website with a payment gateway, right? But 4.5 years back, based out of Cochin, and with hardly any money in your hand, doing a website integrated with a payment gateway was not a joke. So Chetan was the one who kickstarted the whole thing. He did the most beautiful website for us, integrated it with the payment gateway, and sort of we kickstarted Soothika with his effort. So what I can say is when you don't have money, sometimes it's very good. Being frugal in innovation or being frugal in startup is an excellent thing. I just want to take a few minutes and share my experiences regarding what a startup entrepreneur is vis-a-vis a regular business person. I think there are a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs I can see sitting there. So you can make a choice as to what you want to become, whether you want to become a startup entrepreneur or you want to become a business person. On one side, I do run mainstream business. I have a couple of schools where I'm the chairperson. And when you're in a mainstream business, what happens is you have other examples in front of you, and you can learn from their experiences. Here in Soothika, what happens is we are a brand with no competition. It sounds great to say that you are a blue ocean brand. It sounds great. But the problem is you don't have any examples, you don't have any experiences which you can learn from. And then what happens is you are making your own mistakes. And mistakes sometimes can be very, very expensive. So what do we do at Soothika is, being a multifaceted organization, we have compartmentalized into several sections. And in each vertical, we have identified the closest that we can as a, as a competition or as something close to us in a operational way. And then we follow their experiences and learn from them. For example, we are an Ayurveda service, but do we do the regular service way of starting a Panchakarma center or a massage center? No. We are following a different pattern of following the home healthcare centers. It's a home care program. We are a skill development company. But what we realized when we went about skill developing is our job role is maternal and newborn baby care, and there's no job role like that in India at present. We ended up working with NSDC, the National Skill Development Corporation, to create a job role like that. So this is what happens when it is a startup venture with nothing else to look at to or no other people working in a similar setup with you. When I talked about this job role, this is another thing which I feel fundamentally different between a business and a startup. See, when I'm running a school or if you're running a hospital, you need teachers, you need a doctor. You know the exact qualification of the person who needs to fit that role, right? But in our case, what happens is there is no educational background that I can pin on to fill any job role in my organization. See, as I said, we are an Ayurveda product, but we are not taking the route taken by other Ayurveda products. The salesperson in our organization needs to be a pharma person. He needs to understand Ayurveda, and he needs to be a concept seller. Sounds like a paragon of virtue, right? Very difficult to find a person to fit into this kind of a shoe. So this is another major difference. We have a lot of jobs in our organization, but no definite job role. So it becomes a duty of the founders to find what all work needs to be done. So it's a constant learning process, not only for us, but also for the team. Ladies and gentlemen, when I said constant learning process, that is where I am today. It's a constant learning journey. It's a very happy place to be, and I think because of this constant journey is why I'm not getting bored with Soothika. Otherwise I would have got bored by now. Boredom is something which I'm very prone to. But as I said, it's a very happy place to be, and today if I'm standing here, I'm very happy to be here. I wouldn't trade this place for any other place in this world. Looking back into my past, I have no regrets. I failed miserably several times over, but when I look back, what I understand is some of those failures could have been avoided. Looking back, I feel, failure is not the end. In those days, in my younger days, I used to think when things are not working and you fail somewhere in some projects, you're like, okay, this is the end. But failure is not the end. It is just a platform to evolve. It's a platform to reinvent. And that is what we are doing right now. And that is our future. To talk about the aspirations of my future, at a very early, very, very early stage, we worked with the Kudumbashri of Kerala. We presented Soothika as a self-sustained women entrepreneurship program for the financial and social inclusion of women at the bottom of the pyramid, through skill development. It was very well received by Kudumbashri, and we did see quite a bit of good things happening for us. And this gave us an opportunity to work outside Kerala. Ladies and gentlemen, when I went outside Kerala and started working there is when I realized how blessed I am to be a woman who's born, brought up, living and working in Kerala. Trust me, it's very difficult out there. Thank you. I would have expected a bit more of applause. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll take only one more minute. See, why I said that is, cutting across sections, financial and social, what I've seen in Kerala is the women are so empowered vis-a-vis what I see anywhere across India. And I would go to the extent of saying we have women militancy in Kerala. How many of you agree with that? Only women are agreeing with this. Can I see some more raised hands? Didn't you see them bashing up the poor auto rickshaw driver the other day? What else am I talking about?
No, I think the men are scared to raise hands.
Yeah. I'm not going to get out from here till the end of the session, so don't be worried. Yeah, but jokes apart, yeah, I personally think empowerment has taken a extent to militancy. Yeah, as a closure, I just want to say, I read a quote the other day by Oprah Winfrey that said, to move forward, we have to give something back. So could be from a purely selfish reason, because I want myself and my brand to move forward. We as a brand, we believe in doing good. Not, from the sense that, it makes us feel good. The looking good part comes as an add-on benefit, so it helps. So as a brand, our future aspirations are, we want to create 10,000 self-sustained women entrepreneurs by the year 2025. Thank you.